see what they had and kind of try to learn a little bit more about them. So what we're going to do is we'll go through each one and try to find out more about the coins that are available in this collection. It's a fairly small collection, but I thought it'd be kind of a cool little thing to do. So in no particular order, I'll just quickly review them and then we'll go through what these are and kind of how they're stored and that type of thing. So a 1915 bar recorder. It's stored in a plastic planchet, but it's also glued to a cardboard backer, so you can't see the back of it, which is a very strange way to store coins. But like I said, I didn't store these. They're not my coins. The guy I got them from, they're his collection. He didn't even store them. He got them from his father, who knows if he put them in this way or not. But 1915 bar recorder. We got I think this is a 1923 Liberty quarter. We'll put under the scope too. Also stored with a cardboard backer, which is strange. Several of them are like that, probably half of them. It's a 1900 bar recorder. This one, I'm not quite sure what it is. It's like the size of a quarter, but it's a King George V. And I can't see the reverse. I don't know what year it is. Maybe we'll find something out on that. A couple silver quarters. There's a 64 Philly. Silver, nice silver rim. Here's a 52 out of Denver. A buffalo nickel, a dateless buffalo nickel, and I don't have any nick-a-date, and even if I did, I wouldn't nick-a-date these ones because this one's not mine. Some of these other less common to see ones. 1868 2-cent piece. Really wish I could see the back on these because I don't like seeing only just one side of the coin. We have this 1858 Flying Eagle. This one's in pretty rough shape. We'll put it under the scope as well and you can see it a little bit better. Also glued down to this cardboard piece. Don't worry, we'll come back to all these. 1882 Shield Nickel. You can see the glue there. We're just gonna leave them be. Here's a 1869 3-cent nickel. I don't know if these are the ones they call the Trime. And then we have some half dollars. What's up, Columbia? Welcome in. 1952 Benji. Silver, obviously. 1962 Benji. In much nicer condition. 1941 Walking Liberty. $50. Barber half from 1902. Pretty smooth. That's pretty smooth. And the last two, we have a 1922 piece. Pretty sure this is a Philly. And a 1974 Eisenhower dollar. It says on the sticker that they put right on the coin, it says uncirculated. That's not on the plastic, that's on the coin itself. I didn't open it, I'm not taking it off. This is not my coin. But we'll put some of these under the scope and we'll check them out. We'll pull up the mintages on them. We'll start with the small ones. We'll start with a Flying Eagle. Small cents, flying eagle. What's up, birds? Perla, welcome in. So, flying eagle. This one's from 1858. They minted these from 1856 to 1858, all out of Philadelphia. The 1858, you can have a large letter, a small letter, or 8/7 error from what I'm seeing here. This one's in really rough shape. We'll put it under the scope here so you guys can see. See if we can get the scope in here. So I have to put the side light on it because it's, otherwise you'll see the glare from all the lights. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go up a little bit. That way we can see more of the coin at once. So there's the eagle's head there, and you can see the big scratches all through that whole thing. 1858 right there. There's two different things. There's large letters or small letters. Both of them about, I don't know, 30 bucks, 40 bucks. I usually go on the lower end. 1 cent eagle. I'm also going to look them up on eBay as well and see what they kind of go for there. 1858 flying eagle. I'm looking at the sold listings on eBay. Really good shape. 35 bucks. 50 bucks. 100 bucks. 30. We'll say 25 to 30 bucks. Really fine looking coins. Does have some deep scratches, gouges in it, but we also cannot see the reverse on this because they stored it on a piece of cardboard for one reason or another. So we'll go with the 2 cent, 1868 2 cent piece. Plastic is quite scratched up as well. 1868 2 cent. And if I look at the 2 cent pieces, they made these things from 1864 to 1873, all over Philadelphia. The 1868 Philly, they made 2.8 million of them. Rough shape. I mean, it's be really nice to be able to see the reverse of this coin. You can see it is fairly worn. Try not to get the glare on it. Some wear up here. This spot's pretty smoothed out. Got some scratches in it. The case is also quite scratched up too, so it's kind of hard to say. Plus, it's glued to a piece of cardboard. 1868. Is that 68 I said? 1868. 2.8 million of them. 25 bucks. Going up in cents, we got the 1869 3-cent. What's up, Ronald? Welcome in. 1869 3-cent, also glued down to a piece of cardboard in a holder, but so it's protected, but it's also improperly stored, so it's, I would consider it damaged. 1869 3-cent. It's got a big old gouge there or something. 3-cent. So there's a silver 3-cent, which has a star on one side, and then there's a nickel 3-cent. This is considered the nickel 3-cent. They made it from 1865 to 1889, and this one is 1869. All of them are out of Philadelphia. They made 1.6 million. This one we're looking at $18 maybe. I mean, it's going to be less because it's glued to a piece of cardboard. We'll go 15. Still a really cool piece. What's up, Ronald? But it is glued to a piece of cardboard. It's not going anywhere. But you also can't see the reverse, which it has like Roman numeral 3 on the reverse with a wreath surrounding it. Moving up, we have an 1882 Shield nickel. Let's see, Shield nickel. They made these from 1866 to 1883. So this is second to last year. All of them are out of Philadelphia. 1883 Philly. There's two different ones. The normal one, they made 1.4 million of them. It's also glued to a cardboard backer. We're gonna go $28. Shield. I'm just estimating these roughly, just for a fun thing to do. These ones also had a 3/2 in the Philly. So I'm going to zoom in on this thing and see if we can get a better look at that date there. It's going to be kind of tough. Focus on the coin. So that's a 2. I'm going to look at this 3/2. So, well, the 3 would be more apparent if it was a 3/2. This is definitely a 2. Okay, well, so worth looking for. That's 1882 Shield nickel. Glued down to a cardboard backer and a plastic case. Ungraded. Just a cool looking piece. All right, dateless buffalo nickel. See if we can get a date off of here. No, she shall remain dateless. I'm gonna look at buffalo nickels on the computer. Buffalo or Indian head nickels, I just call them buffaloes. Indian head nickels, 1913 to 1938. 13 to 38. And where this, let's see here. The dates are right down there in the bottom. Or it's supposed to be. Anyway, it is dateless. I don't have nick a date. It's not my coin. I'm not going to nick a date it anyway. But if you did have some, sometimes you can pull a date off of them. I don't know. Generally worth what, 10 cents? Indian nickel. I have a bunch of them. I probably wouldn't pay over 10 cents for them. A couple of just silver quarters, 1952 out of Denver. Always a cool coin. 90% silver. So just a Washington 1952. I'd say that was a Denver. You see the D mint mark, 1952 Denver. They made 49,795,200. And unless they're in really good shape, the website I'm looking at right now says they're about $19.67. Melt value, $14.51. As of April 14th, silver is 80.25 cents per ounce. So yeah, it's $14.51 melt value, maybe about 15 to 20 bucks for a silver quarter. So keep an eye out. 1964 and earlier, they're all going to be silver. So hang on to them. Here's another one. Here's the 1964 last year silver quarter, or normal circulation anyway. Same thing, melt value $14.51, worth 15 to 20 bucks, somewhere in there. Just kind of considered junk silver. Some little cooler ones. I'll go with the 19. No, hold on. We're gonna go quarters. We're gonna work backwards. So we did the Washington. We're gonna do the Standing Liberty first. This is El Dateless. No date. Also glued, super glued to a piece of cardboard in a plastic holder. So I'm pretty sure this is a 3 right here. So a Standing Liberty quarter. Type 2 is from 1917 to 1930. And I'm pretty sure where that number is, that looks like a 3 to me, is where the last digit would fall on one of these coins. So I'm calling it a 1923. I don't know if it's a P or an S. We should be able to find the mint mark should be just to the right of that star. Oh, it's a D. You can see it right there. 1923. No, it's a P. What the heck? There's no mint mark on a P. 1923. S would have an S. Maybe that's just a nothing. I guess that's a big fat nothing. I thought it was a D there, but they don't have D's. And if it was an S, it would clearly be an S. And it would be worth about $300. For this one, 1923 P, they made 9.7 million. We're gonna go about $17. 1923 Philly, melt value $14.51. What's up, Evelyn Helmanen? Welcome to this. Welcome to the stream. We're looking at a local collection, kind of checking out what the value is on these things. So this 1923 Philly. I'm gonna go with about 17. Slightly less because it is considered damaged. It's glued down to a piece of cardboard. It isn't a holder, so it's protected from being further damaged, but I wouldn't store them like this. Don't shoot the messenger. Asked the guy that I was talking to yesterday, I said, who put these in here? He's like, I don't know. I just got them like that. It's like, he got them from his dad. He doesn't even know if his dad put them in there. So next up, we have a 1915 Barber quarter. Pretty smooth. Also glued to a piece of cardboard. Also protected in a plastic from being further damaged. I'll turn the side light on here. Get a little less glare. So quarters, Barber quarters from 1915. So they made Barber quarters from 1892 to 1916. This is the second to last year. Barber. So the Phillies, they did not have a mint mark. The 15 Denvers, the mint mark is on the reverse. So we don't know what this is, Denver, San Francisco, Philly. Because it's unfortunately glued down to that piece of cardboard. As you can see really good. So 1915 in general, they did 3.4 million Phillies, 3.6, almost 3.7 million Denvers, and 704,000 of the San Francisco mints. The Philly in Denver worth glued to a piece of cardboard probably $12. And if it was a San Francisco, it might be worth 25, maybe $30. So 15 Barber. Melt value 14.50, so it has to be at least 14.50. A little $15, roughly. Next one is a 1900, also a Barber quarter. Also, no idea which mint it is. 1900, they did Phillies. They did New Orleans, O mint. They did San Francisco mint. No Denver mints. That's interesting. So the Phillies, there's 10 million minted. New Orleans, the O mint, 3.4 million, and the S for San Francisco is 1.8. So the New Orleans, interestingly enough, is the most valuable one out of those three mints, but we don't know what year it is. We're gonna go with the same. I'm gonna say $15. I'll try to look this one up. I don't know what it is though. King George V, quarter size, something. No idea on the year. Guess we'll just look at his face there. So maybe a British farthing, King George V, India quarter maybe, India British quarter. I have no idea what year this thing is, but yeah, it looks kind of like an India quarter, bronze coin, maybe worth a couple bucks. I don't know, these foreign coins, they kind of find them all over the place. Plus, it's glued to a piece of cardboard. You can see that glue shining up there at the top. Super disappointed to see them like that, but I'm still pretty excited to look at old coins. So next up, we have a Benji $50, in actually pretty good condition. This one is from 1962. This is just some tape on the coin case itself. So 1962 Benjamin Franklin half from 62. Denver. See that Denver mint right up there at the top? They made 35,473,000 of these. Melt value $29. Good condition. $35. That's probably on the low end, but just getting rough numbers here. I'm not sure quite on these ones where to estimate. Plus, it's in a case that has some dings in it, scratching it, so you can't tell what's on the coin and what's on the case. There's that Denver mint mark. Nice and protected. Not in terrible shape. See, those scratches are on the case and not the letters, or not on the coin itself. What's up, Chew? Welcome back in. Next one, we have another Benji. This is a 1952. Also a Denver coin. This one is much more worn. Still silver. Still a sweet coin. 1952 Denver. Probably very similar unless the mintage is way different. 52 Denver Benji. They minted 25,395,600. We're going to call it the same value. We're going to call it a $35. Melt value $29. Also considered junk silver to collect and stack and have a good old time with. Next one, we have a 1941 Walking Liberty $50. I found one of these in a bankroll once, believe it or not. Not specifically a 41, I can't remember the year on it, but this one is a 41 out of San Francisco. So we'll look at $50 Walking Liberty. They did do 1916s and 1917s with the mint mark on the obverse, and then they did mint mark on the reverse, 1917 to 1947. These are also 90% silver. So here's a 41 San Francisco. And they did 8,098,000 of these. Mount value $29.03. Very similar to the Benji. We'll call it another dollar or two more. 41 Walker. Ooh, 37. Roughly. Next one up, we have a 1902 Barber half. Really slick. Really cool. Not glued down to anything. It's just in a plastic case, so it's protected. It's not glued to anything. It's not damaged. Same thing with that last one we just looked at. No cardboard on it. So that was sweet. $50, 1902 Barber. We did Barbers from 1892 to 1915. And in the 1902, this must be a Philly. 02 Philly. They did 4.9, 4,922,777. Mount value is $28.99, but these are a little bit more valuable than those other $50 we just looked at. This one's super slick. Might be a good for heavily circulated. It's worth like $45. Thanks, Ev. Thanks for hanging out. Hopefully you learned something. Barber $50. I put it $45. All right, on to the big dogs. Here's a 1974. It has a sticker on it that says it's uncirculated. The uncirculated sticker is on the coin directly itself. It is not on the case. It is directly on the coin. $74. Eisenhower dollar. 74. S. I'm pretty sure this is a silver clad. Can you go let the dog out, please? I have to get the scale out. Can you go let the dog out, please? Thanks. So it's a 74 S silver clad, 40% silver, 60% copper. 74 brilliant uncirculated silver, which came from the blue pack envelope with the blue seal, blue Ikes. These are special mint condition coins sold to collectors. The other version is the 1974 S proof Eisenhower dollar, which came in proof sets or brown boxes, gold eagle, the brown Ikes. Only 1,306,000 of these mirror-like proof coins produced. So this is not a mirror-like proof coin. This is just an uncirculated. Oh, maybe it is a mirror proof. Like if you hold up something next to it, you can see a shadow. It's not like shiny though, so I wouldn't call that a mirror proof. This is 1974 uncirculated with a sticker on it. Melt value $25. So that is 40% silver. Proof coins $40 or more. Silver clad variety $40 or more in uncirculated mint state condition. I don't know. This one's got a sticker on it. We can just call it $35. It is a really nice looking coin. Ike. And then finally we have a 1922 peace dollar. These are sweet. It is in a really dirty coin case. This will come out nicely in play. I don't know if there's a trick to opening it or not. Oh, there we go. That's better. It is a kind of a dirty coin. It's not cleaned, obviously. Got some schmooze on it. 1922. $1 a piece. These coins are so huge. It does have a lot of wear on it. You have to travel forever just to get any part of the coin on the scope. Holy smokes. I just thought it was weird how they put the U looking like a V on trust. Pretty worn out. Peace right there on the bottom. Look at that eagle. Okay, dollars piece, 1922. Okay, so the mint mark was down here by the tail. So this looks like a filly. Should have been right there. There's a mint mark. 22p, a normal relief. They did 51,737 of these. I think this is a normal relief. In 1921, piece dollars were all high relief. We found the original high relief design produced a higher quality, more beautiful coin, but caused more wear and tear on the dies that produce the coins and had to be replaced often. So early in 1922, they decided it was more practical to produce dies that resulted in coin design with lower relief and lower quality for general circulation. So they did 35,401 high relief 22 piece dollars, but most of them were later melted down. So to find a high relief 1922 piece dollar, probably pretty rare. But this one, even at low condition, $70. Melt value, $62. You can call it a 70. It's crazy. Some people are going to disagree with what value I place on coins. It might be worth a little bit more. It might be worth a little bit less. None of them are graded. So we're just kind of ballparking it. So good thing it was not glued to a backer. You can see the coin, both sides. Pretty awesome. Look, it's so big you can't even fit the whole date under that. I have to zoom out. So we have I'm just doing a quick total on these. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 coins in total. I can just kind of redirect you guys down here. all different sizes, shapes, years, mints. Lots of them we couldn't even see the reverse on. They had this gold color cardboard backer, we'll call it. It was super glued to the backer. And even if I took it out of the case, it's not going to be more visible to look at. So because there's going to be glue on the reverse. So I decided I'm just going to leave them in there. They're not my coins. They're just borrowed to me to look at and check out and admire. So that's what I did. So here's all the coins. We'll say $400 to $450 roughly. Now that might be like the value of everything, but if you brought this collection to coin shop, it might get less, might get more. I don't know. You might just say, well, I'll give you a bulk price for the whole lot. And sometimes you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I sure did. If you guys have coins that you kind of wonder what the value is on, feel free to send me an email to helmetandhunts@gmail.com. I'd be happy to look at your coins for you. Give you my approximate value as much as I can, without having a full grade on them or anything. If pictures of both sides of them would be great if that's what you had. Like some of these, we can't even look at the reverse because they're glued over, but I can just give you my opinion and take it for what it is. Take it or leave it. So thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you guys. Keep on hunting.